Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week I am talking about my breast reduction surgery. At the time of upload, I believe I will have already had the surgery, so fingers crossed it's gone well. I thought I would just sit down and talk about why I've decided to get the surgery, the steps that I've taken to finding my surgeon, and how everything's gone up until the actual operation. Might as well start with the story behind while I've been getting it. Basically, when I was 16, I was badly bullied, and this kind of led to me comfort eating way too much. I ended up putting on I always struggle admitting this to myself. I seem to tell people different numbers, and it's either I don't feel entirely comfortable, I haven't quite admitted it to myself, but I went from 8.5 stone. It was about right for my frame at the time. I'm 5'5", not 5'5", I wish. I'm 5'3", nothing wrong with being 5'3", I'm quite small. I went from being 8.5 stone, 5'3", age 16. It was all, you know, that was kind of the right maybe weight for my frame and my age. You know, hormones had already kicked in, so any weight I'd gained had already happened at that point. You know, relating to puberty, I'd already got my hips had come in, my boobs had already come in, but then with the bullying, I then overate, I comfort ate, and I went from 8.5 stone, as I said, to 11.5 stone, which is 3 stone that I gained, and I gained that in about 1 or 2 months. It sounds unbelievable, you know, people think that was only what, 60 days, less than that. Now I look back on it, I blocked out so much because it was such an unhappy time for me. I don't know, I just didn't want to see that I was actually punishing myself even more. You know, these bullies were being brutal anyway, and then I was kind of reinforcing that upon myself. I might laugh and I might smile like now, but that's out of, I guess, discomfort. I still struggle to talk about it. Yeah, people think that's a crazy amount of weight to gain in such a short period of time, and it was extreme. It sounds impossible, but I didn't really realise what I was doing to myself. I didn't realise the effect it was having on my body. You know, I would come home from school, I'd have a bread and butter sandwich with crisps in the middle. You know, my mum would get these frozen desserts and defrost them or leave them in the fridge for maybe my dad for after dinner, and it would be like a chocolate fudge cake or a cheesecake, and if a wedge was already cut out of it, I would then go in the fridge with a fork and I'd take a forkful, and then I'd be like, oh no, someone's gonna know I had a forkful, so I'd even it out so it didn't look like anyone had been at it when they shouldn't have been. So that all added up, you know, after school every day. After dinner I would sneak Penguin bars or Kit Kats up my sleeves, and I'd go up and do homework, and then I'd be scoffing on them. I would have cups of tea with like 5 chocolate digestive biscuits at a time to dunk into them, and I was really a tea lover back then, so I had a lot of cups of tea in a day. Those cups of tea had maybe 2 or 3 teaspoons of sugar in it as well, so when you think about all that, it adds up. You know, no wonder I put on that much weight. As well as with all the bullying, I was so uncomfortable, and then I was suddenly so uncomfortable because I realised I put on so much weight, I felt so uncomfortable. I was in my final year of school, and I felt like I had nowhere to turn to, no one to turn to. Fortunately I did. I had a group of friends that were absolutely amazing. I was jumping friendship group in my last year of school, right, you know, almost right before exams and all that kind of thing kicking off. They really accepted me, embraced me, and I'll forever be grateful for them, because I don't know how I would have got through each day without them being around. I would have just been on my own. And it would have been a lot worse for me. It was bad enough as it was, but it would have been a lot worse. I'm kind of getting onto the bullying kind of aspect. I will talk about, you know, all that kind of stuff in detail in another video, I'm sure, because that had a massive impact upon my mental health as well. So with the weight gain came an increased volume of my breasts. They went from a C cup to I don't even know what. I was just so uncomfortable. My bras didn't fit anymore, my clothes didn't fit anymore, and I was just, I don't know, it was a feeling of feeling ashamed. It finally hit me that my eating habits had gone out of control. I couldn't control any aspect of my life at that point, and I just didn't know what to do. And instead of like going off and getting fitted for the right size bra, I just turned to my mum. I was like, I can't go into fitting rooms, I just feel so uncomfortable. And so we just ended up going through like some of her old bras, and she was like, even she couldn't believe that like they were bigger than some of her old cup sizes. I didn't want to know what size I was. I knew I was really big. Over the years, through sixth form, they kept growing. I'd lost the majority of the weight through sixth form, thankfully, but I was just left with these knockers. I didn't like the attention that they got me. I'm not generalising here. I'm not saying that all girls treat me like this or all boys treat me like this. Absolutely not. These were just a few examples, but I'd walk around, I might have a slightly tighter fitting t-shirt on, not ridiculous, I haven't got them hanging out or anything, just a simple like v-neck top or something like this, and I'd see girls and they would give me the dirtiest look, like, you're getting the attention of my boyfriend, you're such a disgusting person. And I just think, I'm not wearing something revealing, I'm not, you know, being outrageous in my outfit choices, I'm actually quite a conservative dresser. Shame on your boyfriend, actually. Like, they're the person that's looking, that's not my fault, that's their fault, they've got the problem. I felt like I was just being got at from every angle. I think most women have probably experienced catcalling. It's not complimentary. It's a bunch of men thinking they're all that, thinking they can catcall, whistle, whatever, at a young girl walking along a pathway on her own. It's degrading and it's offensive. It doesn't boost a girl's confidence when she hears that. It's getting off on points I don't even know what to talk about. You know, I lost weight, I've improved my workout routine, and I've toned up in, you know, all the other areas where I did gain weight. The thing that has remained the same, and I haven't been able to change no matter, you know, how strict I've been with my diet, how strict I've been with my exercising, the size of my breasts have not changed except for getting bigger. The only option left was to get surgery. I mean, I tried everything. I tried like those fat reducing wraps, I bound them down like Mulan, and that really hurt and was not flattering. I actually just looked more broad-chested than anything. I feel so uncomfortable every day. I go to my wardrobe wearing the most frumpy clothing going on the top, but I don't dress for my age. I don't feel like I've ever dressed as a young girl would. I haven't been able to have fun with clothing, I haven't been able to experiment, I haven't found my personal style. It's such a shame, because these are the you know, the fun years of our life. I mean, you know, any year can be fun in our life, but generally the young years, you don't want to look back and be like, why did I, you know, why was I dressed like that? Why didn't I experiment more? And I just feel like I'm held back so much by them. I know some women out there, they have bigger chests and they work it, they look fantastic, they know how to dress for their body, they embrace it, they actually feel comfortable and they love the way they look, and that's fantastic. I wish I could feel that way, but I can't. No, I can't even remember looking in the mirror and seeing small breasts on my frame. I can only picture big, you know, almost, they look older than the rest of my body. They hang down so low without a bra. It's like gravity has got me, age has got me, and I'm only 23 years old. Extremely heavy. I've had all sorts of problems with my neck, my shoulders, my back. Gone. I've been getting acupuncture treatment for a variety of medical problems, but I have been having treatment for my shoulder pain and my neck pain, and that has cleared it up, and it's helping me a lot. But I shouldn't have to live like that. I'm just putting up with these enormous tits. I mean, it sounds really superficial when I talk about, oh my god, I can't wear the clothes I want, and you know, the bras I wear are so ugly. Summer comes and I am terrified. I feel like I can't wear, you know, little itty bitty strappy tops, and I can't wear t-shirts with a v-neck, which is going to make me feel comfortable. I'll feel more airy, and you know, I will sweat less because I'll be wearing something that's shorter. Like, I have to cover up because I don't want to disrespect anyone. I don't want to get, you know, judgmental looks, and I end up feeling more and more uncomfortable, even hotter in the summer. I sweat even more because I'm just worrying about all these things when I should just be enjoying myself. Over the years, I've actually talked to three doctors, I believe, about having a breast reduction. I think you really need a good GP that's going to back your corner. They need to believe in you, they need to believe what you're saying, they need to sympathise with you, and actually believe that they can get the funding for it. It depends upon the economic climate, it depends upon the amount of funding that is available in the area of the country you live in. I found my GP where I live now to be the most helpful. He is the least judgmental, he just understands, he hears all of the symptoms, and he realises this is going to help my patient. It's going to help her with her mental health, it's going to help her with her physical health, and it's going to help her with her emotional health. And if you address all of those problems with one procedure, it would reduce the amount of times that I go to see my doctor. It reduces the amount of times that, you know, that I'm taking at appointment times because I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm physically in pain because of my, you know, it will open up, you know, resources. And I don't know, maybe I'm going too far into this, but that's what I believe. I think sometimes it doesn't matter how much your doctor supports you. I mean, mine supported me. I managed to get a consultation with an NHS surgeon, and it all looked to be going fine, and then it came to actually appealing for the funding, and it came to a standstill. They were going back and forth between who had to sign a form, fill out a form to inquire whether I could have funding for this surgery. I just lost all faith in the system, I think. There are some really great people out there who do really want to do this, who do really want to help people in the situation that I'm in. The people that actually manage to get surgery that way, they are so lucky. You know, they deserve it. If you don't have the funds to, you know, to put yourself through the surgery on your own merit, then go for it. Go for the NHS. Fight your corner. Tell them what's wrong. Keep going back and make sure you have to keep going. It can be frustrating and the process is long. You have to be patient. Just kind of hit it home that you deserve this. These are the problems you're facing, and this is the solution, and this is the only solution. It's an exhausting process, but if it's something you want, you're gonna fight for it, and I really hope that you get it. I ended up deciding to stop the NHS process. If you have the option to look into the surgeons that you think will be good, the people that fill you with confidence, who sound like they know everything that they're talking about, you're going to be more confident in the results that you will get. I wish I've been saving since I was 16, but I hadn't. It's just the way it happens. I was a young girl and I believed that I could get help from the NHS, and unfortunately I couldn't. You know, I got turned down by a couple of my doctors. One said that she didn't believe my breasts were big enough and that she actually was jealous. That's fantastic for you. For me, not so much. The doctor I saw when I was at university, she said that the funding would be wasted on me because she didn't believe I was mentally stable to get through the process and actually get the surgery. She believed that it would be a waste of funding because she thought I was a suicide risk. Even if that were true, you don't say that to a patient, particularly if they have got depression. Bitch! So I looked online, I looked at a register of plastic surgeons. I narrowed it down by the area that I wanted to meet with surgeons, so locally to me. I ended up meeting with 2 surgeons in central London, Both of them were really, really good. The surgeon I've gone with, he doesn't use drains, which might be uncommon, but it made a lot of sense to me, and I will talk about that in the recovery video and how I get on with that. I registered with realself.com, and you can see reviews, honest reviews from patients about the cosmetic procedures they've received from surgeons in the UK. I think it might be international, I'm not sure. But it reviews everything from the consultation process to their bedside manner to how they deal with you and communicate with you before, during, maybe not during, and after the surgery. I inquired about having a consultation with him, and I heard directly back from the surgeon, which I wasn't expecting. He told me what I should expect in the consultation, so what we might discuss, whether he was going to measure me, which obviously he did, and all that kind of stuff, and that he was going to take photos for the purpose of before and afters if I did go with him. Something to bear in mind, generally most surgeons, they might have more than one practice. So my surgeon operates in central London and just outside of London. The price of a breast reduction can vary from those two places. If I got operated at hospital A, it would be £5,600, which is a lot of money, I know, but it's going to be worth it. Some people buy cars. I can't think of comparison. Some people buy fast cars, other people buy boobs. I'm not really buying boobs because they're taking stuff away from me, so I'm buying confidence. Ooh, I don't even know anymore from filming for so long. So yeah, hospital A was gonna cost £5,600. Hospital B, which was like the other side of London, if that, was gonna cost £7,400. How there is that much difference between the two, I don't know. Hospital prices can vary. The prices that the anaesthetist charges as well, they can vary. Operation itself will last between 2 and 3 hours. I've done a great deal of research into the procedure myself over the years. Complications they're mostly linked to age and health concerns. So if you're a bit older and if you have diabetes, the complications, they have a higher risk and a higher chance of actually occurring. Women and surgeons will flag up that you may not be able to breastfeed. For me, breastfeeding isn't a necessity. I think in this day and age, it's not a necessity, it's a personal choice. If something does happen during the surgery to my milk ducts, then I'm okay with that. They will try to preserve the nerves around the nipple and with the milk ducts to, increase the chance that you will be able to breastfeed. Obviously you won't know until it comes to it. They have developed more sophisticated techniques when it comes to that because of that reason in mind. Say what size that I am now and what size I'll be going to. They asked me what size I wanted to be, and I just said as small as possible because anything I think would be a dream. But with that in mind, they believe I'll probably get to around a D. I show before and after photos of their own work, and my surgeon showed me examples of operations that he's performed, a week or 2 weeks before seeing me, and he showed me some examples that were actually quite close to what I will be going from and what I'll be going to. I am a 34 double G, which is far too big for my frame. When I saw the photos from a woman with a similar size breast to me to what she got down to, and I said, oh my god, is that the same person? Their figure looked so different. It was amazing. I asked him what size she was now, and he said a D, and I thought, looking at them, I was like, they look really small to me. And he was like, oh, too small? I was like, no, that's amazing. There's probably more stuff that I should have covered in this video. I'm really sorry if I haven't covered the things that you wanted to know. If you have any questions for me, please put them in the comment section below, or you can ask me on any of my social media platforms. I have them all linked below. Yeah, I'll be making follow-up videos after the operation. Hopefully I might be vlogging, and I'll put a whole load of clips together. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and look out for my next video next Sunday at the same time, 6:30. Bye!